So you finally clear the calendar, take the weekend, book the retreat. But the second you actually try to slow down, your body won't let you. Your mind is racing, your leg is twitching, you check your email again. And then the guilt creeps in. Like you're failing for not being able to just relax. Sound familiar? Today we're going to talk about why you can't sit still even when you are fucking exhausted, and why rest is not lazy. It's actually a leadership skill. So I know this one personally. In the spring of this year, I ran my 30-day Let Go and Level Up challenge. It was actually 37 straight days of private podcast episodes, 4 bonus workshops, daily coaching in the community, plus all the behind the scenes setup, the website, the LinkedIn posts, the emails, yada, yada. It added up to something like 300 or 400 hours of work in just over a month on top of everything else that I was doing. And it was epic. The women who showed up had breakthroughs that just changed everything. And when it ended, I was proud. I felt accomplished. I wrapped it up with a bow and I told myself, this weekend I am checking out. No work, just rest. In fact, I actually intended to take 2 weeks off, but here's what actually happened. Friday, my nervous system was still wound way up. My ego mind was already making a new to-do list, and instead of actually stopping, it felt wildly unsafe because I had been in go mode for so long. My body literally did not know how to come down. Recently, a client asked me, "So what do you do to relax?" And I laughed because the question itself makes no sense. If you are relaxing, you are not doing anything. But the way we ask the question is very revealing. We've been in doing for so long that we have literally forgotten as a species how to do nothing. And that's why the question shows up as it does, not because we're being ignorant, but because our bodies have been trained to equate doing with safety. And that weekend, I felt it in real time. My mind's still racing, my body's still twitchy, the urge to keep checking email and DMs, even though everybody had been properly warned that I was checking out. And I wanted, and I knew that I deserved the rest, but my body didn't feel safe enough to stop. So stick around and I'll tell you in a minute what I did to turn that around. And I will give you the same practices that you can use to actually make it feel safe to rest after being all wound up. So here's what most people miss about rest. It's not about discipline. It's not about forcing yourself to sit on the couch, forcing yourself to sit in meditation. Rest is about safety, because when your system is in survival mode, it defaults to fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. And no matter which one of those you're in, it makes the rest feel impossible. Fight keeps you braced, flight keeps you running, freeze makes you numb, and fawn keeps you performing for everyone else. So it's no wonder sitting still feels wrong. That's why we ask weird questions like, what do you do to relax? When what we really mean is, how do you unwind enough that your body will finally let go? So here's the reframe. Don't start with trying to force stillness. Start with creating safety. So here's how I do it. And by the way, this is all lined out for you in the Fuck the Hustle, Fix Your Energy guide. One is move the energy. Shake your arms, stamp your feet, dance it out, go for a run or a hike. Let your body discharge the survival energy that it has been storing. 2 is ground yourself. Touch something solid. Feel your feet on the floor. Let your eyes orient to the room. Notice the edges, the shapes, the colors, the quality of the light. 3 is slow your breath. And don't force a big inhale, but just lengthen your exhale. A few rounds of longer out than in tells your system we're safe. And step 4 is testing the pause. Now we test the discomfort that comes with no screen, no multitasking, no stillness. Step 5 is see how long you can stay there. The urge to reach for something will come, the phone, the snack, the next task. Your job is to stay there through the urge, to let your body discover that nothing bad happens when you aren't in constant motion. Only then does your system begin to truly unwind. And then doing nothing can stop feeling like a problem and start becoming the restoration that you need to perform at the highest level when you go back to it. When you give yourself space, when you learn to get comfortable with stillness, your clarity comes back, your timing gets sharper, your creativity expands, your leadership deepens. Doing nothing is not lazy. It is a power move, especially now when every system around you is designed to keep you stuck in fight or flight. So listen, if this landed, you already know how hard it is to let your body settle. These were the same practices that I used after running that crazy 30-day challenge. This is how I downshifted my own nervous system so that I didn't go from sprint straight into burnout. And if you want more of this, more tools that you can use in real time to calm the overdrive, to reclaim your capacity, grab the Fuck the Hustle, Fix Your Energy guide. It also walks you through really quick resets that you can use midday and every day, not just when you're trying to take a weekend off. Because real leadership isn't about checking out once in a while. It's having tools that you can reach for when the pressure is happening in real time. The link's down there somewhere. But here's the thing that I really want to leave you with today. Rest is just one piece of the puzzle. Survival mode doesn't just look like fight, flight, or freeze. For a lot of founders, it shows up as fawn, which is over-delivering and over-performing, showing up at 110% for everyone else while you are still quietly running yourself into the ground. That's what we're diving into next, leading at 100% while quietly unraveling. Sounds like a ton of fun, right? But listen, I promise you don't want to miss it. We talked about rest. Now let's talk about actually rebuilding your energy. Okay, that's it for today. Until the next one, make love, not hustle.